And again, markale waxaan idin leenahay assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And this is again Eduxi coming back to its previous lessons, and we apologize that we have been away from the site for a long time, and we try to come back and give a little bit more small lessons about Somali language. Let me remind you again, this program was designed to help the Somali and diaspora youth, and also Somali non-Somali speaking who are interested to learn the Somali language. And I apologize in advance if we make a mistake, and otherwise we'll try to do the best we can to deliver the most effective way of teaching Somali language. Okay, and again, this was brought to you by Eduxi, and we don't have a site yet, but hopefully somehow we will get our own site. We don't have a time to do that right now. Again, this one was brought to you by Eduxi. Okay, what you can do is that youtube.com/Eduxi. Okay, so again, and then let's go back to our lesson. The goal of today is basically to do Subah Wanaagsan, that means good morning. We're going to learn a little bit about how to say good morning in Somali language and how to give a greeting and reply a greeting. So one of our goals today is to reply a greeting. Okay, so what we are here to cover is a couple of things. Reply greeting, cover a little bit basics about the facts of noun, and also try to present and to use the present and progressive. For example, I am going home, I'm going to work, things like that in Somali language. And lastly but not least is we're going to cover another way of asking question. For example, is it this way, is it right, is it something like that. Okay, so the vocabulary that we will focus on this short lesson is basically galab, meaning afternoon, Mia, that means is it. Okay, it's a form of asking question. All right, Mahat, that means what you. There's two words here. Mahat. Sheegtay, you told. Waa la wanaagsan yahay, I am well. And then you finish if you want to add some more. Soo dhawow, move near. So those are the vocabulary that we try to cover our short lesson here. Okay, so let's jump into the lesson. And also one more thing that I forgot is basically what we're gonna use is basically Zainab. The names that we're gonna use is Zainab is a very well-known Somali name. Anab is another very good female name. So we're gonna use Zainab and Anab. Zainab is visiting Anab's home. Okay, so let's jump into it. Anab. Zainabay, galab wanaagsan, nabad miya. Remember the word Zainabay. Okay, I think previously what we learned is that how you distinguish male and female when you're asking questions. Okay, remember what we say, Ali yo. Okay, and Fadumay. Okay, here we have the same situation, which is Zainabay, Zainab. Okay, that's different way spelling, I'm sorry. Zainabay. A, remember that's a female. It automatically shows you that this name belongs to a female. Okay, so Anab is asking questions. Zainabay, galab wanaagsan, nabad miya. So let's just say, how do you pronounce? Now what we're gonna say is here galab, okay, wanaagsan, galab wanaagsan, that's how you pronounce. And then she asks question, nabad miya. She asks question. Remember the word miya we talked about in our introduction, the words that we're going to be learning today. Miya, that means is it. Remember, Miya. Okay, so Anab asks Zainab, galab wanaagsan nabad miyaa? Galab wanaagsan nabad miyaa? Now Zainab answers, waa nabad. Okay, and then she asks question, maxaad sheegtay? Maxaad sheegtay? So she asks a question saying like, waa nabad, that means we are okay, we're fine, I'm fine. Maxaad sheegtay, that means how are you? And you, that means how are you? Now let's go back again. Anab asks Zainab question. Zainabay, galab wanaagsan nabad miyaa? Remember which makes this thing one the question. Nabad miyaa? Zainab, waa nabad. Maxaad sheegtay? Let's do one more time. Anab, Zainabay, galab wanaagsan nabad miyaa? Zainab, waa nabad. Maxaad sheegtay? Now let's see how Zainab and Anab answers the question that was asked to her. Anab, waa la wanaagsan yahay. So now how do you say that? Let me repeat again, simple way. Waa la wanaagsan yahay. Wanaagsan yahay. Remember here, waa, and then you get a space. La wanaagsan yahay. We are fine. Waa la wanaagsan yahay. That means we are okay, we are fine. Now Zainab concludes the conversation and says, so dhawow. Remember, I think we have covered this vocabulary before, which says that basically waa la wanaagsan yahay, that means I am well. Okay, and then Zainab responds that so dhawow, that means move near. Another way of saying so dhawow, that means welcome, come on in. Okay, that's another way of, I think people mostly use here in this English language. Okay, so let's repeat again. Anab answers the question, waa la wanaagsan yahay. Waa la wanaagsan yahay. Zainab concludes the conversation and she says, so dhawow. Okay, basically, and this what is gonna do is that, let's go back again one more time, this conversation, how it flows. Anab, Zainabay, galab wanaagsan nabad miyaa? Zainab, waa nabad. Maxaad sheegtay? Anab, waa la wanaagsan yahay. Zainab, soo dhawow. Maantana intaa ha inoo joogto. That means let's pause it here for today, and I hope that you will practice what we have learned today. Once again, I wanted to say, everyone, welcome back to eDuxi.